right. I'll let you get back to your seat. All righty, well, I have it, that Verizon has it, that it's 7 o'clock. So I'd like to call to order a regular meeting of the Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission. Today is Monday, the 26th of February, 2024. My name is Sharon Fox. I act as chair of the commission. To my right, Mr. Bob Hudeman, who is the commission secretary. To my left, Mr. Michael Neustadt, who is the commission vice chairman. Also, we have Cassandra Varian, who is our recording secretary, and far down in her normal spot is Ms. Laura Barkowski, who is the Wetlands Enforcement Officer. So all three of us will be voting members this evening. So we'll go right on to the Inland Wetlands Officer's Report, active sites, 731. I saw I don't know, there's two or three of them, and I did note that Cynthia wrote a note saying she said the last few inspections have all been good, which was a little puzzle to me because she had talked about sediment in one of the basins. So I'm not sure, I'm sure both are correct, but one is probably more correct than the other.
I did notice that as well. That's why I also reached out to Michelle from Martel.
Which I saw that, yeah.
To get a little bit more of a clarification on where we are thinking this discrepancy is coming from.
Yeah.
And Michelle believes that it's sedimentation actually from the river itself getting deposited into the stormwater system, not the other way around.
I was kind of reading that and I kind of half saw that, but then I said, well, that can't, how did that get to be?
The river that day was very turbid. It was very, I mean, it has been if you've
Yeah, it has been, yeah.
And that's what her belief is what's happening, is it's not from the site, because the site's almost 100% paved at this point.
That's what concerned me. It's all paved.
Where's it coming from?
Where's it coming from?
And she believes that it's coming from the river itself, that the Still River is
Just general runoff.
Just backing into, it's
Yes.
backing into those two outflows.
swales or whatever outflows.
Okay,
I
did
saw
you?
that answers my question as well. I
Well,
was trying to figure out whether she was saying the sediment was coming from the site or,
can you just get that over? Did you get that over to Cynthia?
You know what, let me double check. I believe
Yeah.
Cynthia did get a copy of it.
I mean,
but-
it's only like I'm sure we just got it on the 21st, but yeah, it'd be interesting to get that over to
response?
Cynthia. Yeah, see if that sparks her interest. And I also saw in terms of, when we want them to be done. I'm not sure I know the answer to that. I mean, it should be, like I said, if the site is all paved and maybe all the curbing, is in, but something like that, but I'm just gonna hold off on that. So let's leave that as an open, it's a good question. Like I said, it normally would be that, but I'm still puzzled.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send
I'm
Michelle
puzzled.
Our tell letter over to Cynthia, see if
Okay.
there's any kind of rebuttal to it.
Yeah, or just
Or
other
response.
insight, I mean, I would think river sediment, you should see that in terms of how it's laying on the rocks. Like sand on the beach. But, and maybe it shouldn't be backed up on the upland side, I don't know, cause I haven't been over there and I'm not able to get on the site and I probably wouldn't know what I'm looking at anyways. So anyways, let's see, we got two brilliant people looking at this for us and we'll keep her question open.
Not a problem.
Alrighty. And then, let's see, the school awaiting the reports on the baseline. So that school has a CO, right, and all that happy stuff, right?
It has a partial. It does not have a full CO.
Well, then let's hold off on the full CO,
Yes,
and that's the whole, because if we're gonna have a CO, then the thing should be done.
correct. So
Okay.
it only has a partial. I know zoning still hasn't fully signed off on the outside as well. The site is not complete.
Right.
The school is complete, but the site is not
Right.
at all.
So let me just ask Bob and Michael, so Laura has the benefit of all three of our opinion. We're gonna ask you to hold off on the final CO from a wetlands perspective until we get these reports on the baseline. Again, and it's just, we're not, all it is we did what the plan said, or we had to modify the plan, and here's the final drawing. That's all we're asking for. It's not a 10-page report. That will come later. But it's just the baselines, so we know what it is. So everybody, you guys are all in agreement
Yeah, I
to
agree.
give that to Laura?
I only question, and of what we told them they had to do, did they do it? And
We don't know.
Okay.
That's
So
what
we're
we wanna
waiting-
know.
Waiting for a report of what's done.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, that's what this is,
Yeah.
is they had some remediation and they had wetlands recreation, had two things, and they had a plan. But we commonly know that plans get changed when they get out there, because there's some conditions that no one could have foreseen, so they changed them. Fine, you can change them.
Yeah.
Tell us,
Right.
tell us,
Because
did you do it? Or did
Nobody,
you have to make a
Yeah.
change?
nobody from us, from Brookfield, has gone out there and
I'm-
looked at the site and said, oh yeah, you've done this, this, and this. No.
That is not as a commissioner,
not
I
the-
would
no,
not
I would not
encourage you
thinking
to
of-
do that.
I
And
agree.
I would
The-
not
Yeah,
encourage,
I'm not thinking of this as a
Right.
commissioner, but as from the land use office.
once they get the final
Okay.
request for a CO, yes, it is common for Laura to go out.
I
Okay.
haven't gone out on the site.
Yeah, but we
Okay.
don't want her going out saying, oh, this
haven't
isn't
done
what's not on the
anything."
plan, we don't want that.
Okay, so you didn't go out with the plan that we approved, looking and saying,
No,
"Did you
it's
do
too
this?"
soon. It's
Okay.
far too soon for her
Gotcha.
to do that.
All right,
No, listen, talk to me. It's far too soon for her to do that.
because we don't have.
Because the work isn't done.
Mm-hmm.
So she won't go out there till they say, all done.
Okay, well,
No, and all done, and we did it like we said,
Yeah.
or we had to change it.
okay, I guess that was my question. Has that statement, "it's all done," come from them
No.
yet? Okay,
No.
that was my question.
No,
Understand.
right. But now we have a stake in the ground that says they don't get the final CO, which I
Until
assume
it's-
has other permutations, until we get a report that says,
It's all
we
done.
did what we said we were gonna do, or we had to change it, and it looks like this. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Is that, how am I doing here?
And then when we get that report, then we go out and look at it. You go out and look at it.
Then I go out and look, anytime anyone has to get a CO that we have a wetlands permit on, I would go out and inspect, because I have to close out the wetlands permit too.
Right.
That's the
Okay.
first step, so.
Got it.
Okey doke. 23 Grays Bridge Road. This one's got like, we have the 24th of January, and we got earlier in January, and 30th of January, and the 6th of February. I'm not really impressed by the fact that they say that the ground is frozen, they can't fix the silt fence. I'm not impressed. There's things called drills.
I don't know how frozen the ground is right now.
I don't know, but,
Florence is not,
huh?
Florence is not monumental.
It is not monumental. And now we have item number 2 here that says that, there are breaches in the silt fence. So if you could possibly let them know that that there are things called drills that can fix frozen ground and get silt fencing, or there's other options. Whether they're hay bales, you can find ways to stake them, or a coir log, and so please ask them to get that done in the next, when are we here, in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Ask them to get that done in the next 2 weeks, or we're gonna be looking at violations.
Does it
Nobody
not,
wants.
does it not say that when the river rose, it inundated their silt fencing? And perhaps there needs to be some change in what we approve because of what we see can happen when it rains. Let me find exactly where it
Yeah,
says
as
that.
previously reported, the cause of the damage was the overflowing of the Still River,
River.
which has occurred 3 times during the past 3 months. So yes, that is the cause of the silt fence problem, but my quibble with them is that they're saying that the ground's too frozen to repair the silt fence. No, get a drill, get the stakes in.
Well, my point is, they seem to have said that the water came from the Still River, went over the silt fence. Should we direct them to make the silt fence higher? Or,
I don't think
Or
it's
is
a
it-
real problem for the water to go over the silt fence.
Okay.
What's a problem is
Is if-
for the backwash to go into the river.
gotcha.
That's my opinion.
Well, I guess I was
I'm not
always-
trying to keep the river out of the site, I need to keep the dirt on the site.
Well, of course, if the river gets into the site, it's gonna wash.
But if the silt fence is in
Yeah.
place, almost,
Yeah.
unless you got a 20-foot whatever, and you got dirt 20 feet in the air, or it's 4 feet in the air, sorry, 3 feet in the air,
Yeah.
it's not gonna go past the silt fence, it's gonna be
Okay.
on the low side, it's gonna hit the silt fence. Does that
Well,
answer your question?
it answers it. I was always concerned about the Still River rising
Well,
more than
it's going to,
it
so,
was-
it's going to, so
it
let's,
was predicted to rise.
yeah, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on this site, and if they need to change it, you
Mhm.
know, to do something differently to keep their building dry and the dirt on the site,
Mhm.
that's a possibility.
That's exactly my question.
Yep.
Or my concern. Okay,
It's mine too,
Yeah.
so, but I think short term, no excuse for that silt fence not being in place, or something. Something. 58 Old Grays Bridge, again, we're leaving this here, because we don't wanna forget that that has there was a wetlands fill in there, and they do have a plan for wetlands creation, part of it, they're being held up because they're trying to get the contaminated soil out, which is a very complicated process. And again, I think we talked about, I said, I don't remember that site off the top of my head, but I know there's a bond. So, again, if the applicant or the property owner wants to look at something different for wetlands creation, as long as the numbers are the same, you know, get his bond back, you know, we'd be open to that.
It doesn't seem, so Michelle, I don't know if you saw the email, also addressed that. 'cause
I
she
don't
reached
think
out
I
to
missed that
Christine,
one. Maybe I missed that one.
It was 3A4 for your attachments.
Okay. Maybe I
I'm
missed
assuming
it.
Christine labels yours too.
Probably. I
There it is,
may
3
have
and
missed
4.
it. Oh,
I don't know if that really answers your question though, looking at that. It's my understanding that they do not intend to do any kind of changes, because if they don't get the permits and approvals from DEEP, then I think they'll be coming back to you.
I'll go through.
Or through the state.
I'm a little puzzled because the stormwater basins will function as intended. I don't know anything about stormwater basins on 50, if we're talking about the same property, 58 Old Grays Bridge Road, I don't remember anything about the stormwater basins. It's the wetlands creation
That was the concern.
that was the
That's why I'm
concern.
glad
So
that
I'm a
we
little
got that.
puzzled, her sentence, again, I'm not putting two and two together. I'm not worried about the stormwater basins. Those probably will. I don't know anything about them. I am worried about the wetlands creation. And that's where the soil was contaminated.
Yes. From what I understood, which this really doesn't encapsulate
Yeah.
our verbal conversation as well, is that she did reach out to them. They're held up right now from state,
I believe that.
and
It's a big project.
it's a big project. So
Yeah.
I don't think but since they already have approvals in place, I don't think they wanted to adjust the plan
Okay,
until.
all right. Then if
So-
it, okay, fine. I'm just trying to help them.
Yes, to get the bond back. But
Yep,
they
get the
don't
bond
seem to
back.
be particularly concerned, so.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot more money invested in this project.
Okay, so that is that. Enforcement, 35 Merwin Brook Road. Again, we're gonna update that. We're gonna continue the notification till the trees are planted. Doesn't make any sense to continue it only until we have confirmation they've ordered them.
No, it was just a next step on each of the
Okay.
agendas, so I had Christine put it that way, just so we knew what the upcoming thing is.
Okay,
After
well,
that, we have
it-
the next step on the conditional approval.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that again. Okay, fine, as long as that's what that is, okay? But I understand the next step, I got it. February 28th, oh my goodness,
It's
that's in 2
almost-
days. Oh my goodness, I just noticed it.
So he was sent a friendly reminder email,
Okay.
to which I got a response via a voicemail today.
Okay,
We played phone tag, unfortunately. There did seem to be a little confusion about having them planted. It's like, no, we don't want them planted, we want proof that they were ordered.
right,
It's not right planting season yet. Everyone understands this. The construction hasn't really, the site's been quiet.
right.
So hopefully we can sort it out and I'll be able to touch base with him in the next day or so. It sounded like from the voicemail, and I don't wanna put words in anyone's mouth
Okay,
because
then
it's just
don't-
a voicemail, that
Okay,
it
all
was
right.
ordered.
All right, that's what we need
That's
to
what-
know.
Yes.
That they put an order in. Okay, next is 11 Cross Road. Someone here for 11 Cross Road? All right. Well, you guys, if you wanna, you can stay there, you know,
Or-
whatever you wanna,
Come up
Feel
here where you're a little
comfortable or-
closer and can hear us.
stay wherever you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, yep,
Thank
yep,
you.
yep. So we're going to talk about what we know about this. You're gonna get a chance to talk. Laura's gonna get a chance to talk. Everybody's gonna get a chance to talk. You probably haven't been to one of these before. Good, good. It's, it says better than anything on TV. But to start the process off, everyone who's going to speak, can you get your name and address to Cassandra so she can write it down? And you gotta help me because I didn't get your last name.
Oh, Abril.
Abril? Okay,
Yeah, A-B-R-I-L.
okay. And sir, I didn't get your last name.
Lavanda.
Lavanya?
Lavanda.
Lavanda.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I said, everybody's gonna get a chance to talk, but to start us off, let me ask Laura to give us a little background on this, okay?
So this is an interesting site. I received a call actually from a neighboring property to go out and to observe and see if there was a wetlands violation. I did not notice any on that property. However, when I was there, it became apparent that at 11 and 11A, which are owned by the same property owners, they had done some tree work, some extensive clearing of the property.
Okay.
If you look at some of the original pictures, I have overhead from, I believe, like 2018. It was a pretty wooded lot. But there is a little intermittent stream or brook that also runs through the side of the property, almost near the property line between 11 and 11A. There was tree work and clearing that was done there. There was some deposits of material near there. There was a pile of tires. There was some debris in the stream. Now, as of today, when I went out there, I haven't seen anything in the stream. It appears that that has been cleared. I haven't seen any additional tree work. But now a big fence has gone up within the regulated area. So that is why I actually drafted up a cease and desist today, which had been out in the mail, and I actually have a copy that I would like to hand deliver.
Okay,
So.
all right,
That's right here.
all right.
Because the work continued. First, I sent a letter in the end of January, kind of indicating it looks like you're doing things that are regulated activity, please come to the commission. I believe we spoke about this last time when I originally noticed it, but since then, work has continued. The tree work has not. The tree work is done.
Okay,
It just seems that the fence and the amount of clearing, because it was definitely, there's color pictures if you continue flipping through, that might be easier. That was just what I sent him, copies of what I sent.
okay,
Just a few.
all right, yeah, I see, we got a lot, we have a lot of pictures of your property here. So, all right, I'm kinda looking, I see there's one little map, that's eventually where I'm gonna try and get to, is
There's
a little
some,
map.
there's some maps at the beginning of the file
Okay,
that shows you, 11A is substantial wetlands, which is right next door, and he owns both properties, or they own both properties.
okay, someone's gonna have to help me sort of navigate this a little bit, so. We're gonna give you a chance to talk in just a minute here. Is this the one we could be looking at
So
here?
this is 11, and this is 11A.
And you're welcome to come up and look at the
Yeah.
map that we got here, so.
And I believe you got sent this as well. So this is his property 11. Now, this is difficult too because the house and the overhead GIS, it doesn't look like this anymore.
Okay.
Since they have taken over, they have changed some of the, everything actually on this property. So the aerial's kind of difficult.
Okay,
The house is in generally the same location, but there
Alright.
has been work done on
so
the
where's
house.
the stream?
So the stream is actually right about here, if you,
Okay, I see, yeah, you've got lots of
I have
pictures.
lots of
Yeah,
pictures, I'm looking for a better map.
Thank you. There's one earlier. Ah, this looks promising.
This does look promising, so, actually, the stream comes, it starts over here, but it actually continues through.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the stream is running kind of, can I do this? It's
You
kind
can
of
try-
in this area?
The stream comes that way.
Or do you know where it does?
I don't know how far it goes up here, because I have never gone on the property, I've always. So it actually seems to go over here,
Okay.
correct? So,
This area, sorry.
Yeah.
This area, the river over there, the little area.
It
Yeah, the
goes
little,
up.
the
Yeah,
brook,
and
yeah.
I don't know where it
it's
comes
kind
through
of
here,
in
so.
here-ish, generally.
yes, but I know it's close to this person's driveway, like not quite across. It
Okay.
comes close to this entrance right here.
Okay.
And the fence was built,
Yeah, this is the fence, is the close over there for.
Where's the
there's
fence?
The park over there, the fence is there.
This start,
This
where does it
stop-
go? Here? Where does the
Yeah.
fence go? Here, this way?
No, this only for stop here.
this way.
Yeah,
The
this area, they close for the road, everything the lot.
Mm-hmm. So this is fenced in
What-
now? All of this?
The fence goes this way?
Yes.
This way, it is all the way,
Okay, so the
This is
fence goes, here's a fence-ish.
Mhm.
the other side.
And then it goes all the way down the roadside, which you can't see that
Okay,
completely.
so that is
But that is away from the wetlands. This is what
The
I was concerned about.
the fence. All right, so we got a fence. And the clearing, the tree cutting is in this
There
area?
was just clearing in that area.
Okay,
And the wetlands is caused by the stream, not caused by, but the,
There's definitely a stream that's
There's a
through there,
stream.
but also there's deep, if you look on the deep wetland
Okay,
soils,
yeah.
all through this property
This
here.
is
a big-
wetland soil
Yes.
yeah,
as
okay.
well.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so,
So today should be the closest.
hang on one second. Okay, all right. Yes, go ahead.
So, I think we have, it was not there.
Oh, here's the
This is
fence.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
fence.
okay.
And I don't know, I tried to take it where you could see a picture of the stream as well. The stream is like
Stream is probably right here, right?
Yeah, maybe. And that was a couple days ago. There's the stream.
There's the stream, yep, yep, yep,
So that was my big concern. The stream's here,
yep.
but it looks like some of the trash and the tires were lifted, but since they built the fence, I don't know exactly what's back there.
Okay,
So that was my concern, so
all right.
did that clarify?
Yeah, it did. So this is the area of the tree cutting. The tree clearing is in this general area?
The lot was pretty clear. I would say 11 is entirely cleared and 11A is partially
Oh,
cleared.
the tree clearing, oh. To the lot line,
Yes.
okay,
Maybe-
Oh.
Maybe even further.
okay, all right. All right, so I'm not sure, Mr. Labonda or Abril, or I'm not sure, who's gonna, tell us your side, what happened here?
Oh, okay, so the property, when they bought it, it was all dry trees and there was a lot of trash. So they just didn't, it was the first time, buying a house, so they
Okay.
didn't know they needed a permit to clean that out or something. So they thought that, since they owned the house, they
Okay.
could do that.
All right,
But they didn't have any bad intention, they just wanted, to clear the area and then, and they plan to, to do nice things to it, like do some, tree work, like, replant, new trees and everything, so they are not gonna leave it like that, but they just, they are really sorry because they didn't know that they needed a permit to do that.
can someone tell me, how many trees did your tree guy take down?
Not so much for the big trees, and it's a lot of the little bushes, that's it for the cutter,
Okay,
yeah.
in his bill, the bill that you got, did you do the work, or did you have a professional do it?
No, this is me, let me work.
You cut the trees down?
Cut the tree, there's not so much big tree on the little one, there's a lot of garbage on this property, this by the house got a lot of, there's the tiles, there's a lot of metal, everything, this is do the property, and this the cleaner out for the bushing, and you take every garbage, for this to clean the property.
Okay, What about, what's going on with the stumps? Did you take the stumps out, or did you leave the stumps?
No, this stone is there.
The
It's
stumps
only
are there?
I need to clean it up for the bushes. I need to clear. You're looking for this piece, the stone.
Okay,
There's the rest. There's nothing that's needed for the stone, nothing.
okay. I said, the challenge that we have here is, I said, there's laws in the state of Connecticut that you need a plan if you are going to do anything.
In a wetlands
Anything.
area.
In a wetland area, within 75 feet of the wetland, or 100 feet of that little brook. So you need a permit, and that's just the law in the state of Connecticut, and that's what this commission, is charged with doing. So now what we need to figure out is, since we already have a problem, what are we gonna do to fix it? Okay, so what are we gonna do to fix it? So, part of that is trying to get some idea of
What it was like
how many,
before.
what it was like before. In terms of the numbers of trees, the numbers of stumps. Like I said, did you take the stumps out? Are the stumps still there?
Yes, it's there. I need this only for you need to put it for the any transfer in my English or something.
Yeah,
Es la vía, las maderas que cortamos, pues hemos dividido sobre arriba de las piedras, pero están cubiertas, o sea, solo con los troncos que estaban ahí, de lo que se cortó la madera. Sí,
Oh, oh, okay. The wood that they took out, they just put it like this in the ground, and they didn't take the stone out on it already.
so the stumps are there. So we'd be able to count the number of trees that he took down.
See,
Right?
With some of the trumps, well, I think some of the trumps are taken down when you bought the property, were there, correct?
No,
No?
no, I mean, here's a pile of wood. I mean, there's a significant amount of wood that's
Oh, I
come down
agree.
here. What would be, I mean, there's a picture here, Mr. Labanda, am I getting that right? This is a picture, we have a picture here of a very, very big pile of,
Wood.
very big pile of wood here. That's what you
Yeah.
took down?
yeah, this is the close the house, and you carry the two tree. This is damage to the tree. This is the this tree for the close the house. Yeah, this on the side of the house is like the trees is broken the branch, and you tore and you carry. You need this to put it over there.
I mean, that's 10, 15, 20-ish. I don't know for sure, but that's not one or two. And that's what we gotta get to. We gotta we wanna get back to what Mother Nature put there. Cause I said, cause the wetlands, I don't know how familiar you are, and the stream, I mean, that's water that eventually finds its way, I don't know if this goes into the Still River or Lake Winona, I don't know which way it eventually goes. But part of that water, and these wetlands, it recharges the water for your well. I mean, that's one of the functions of wetlands. And by taking all these trees down, now you're subjecting these wetlands to the sun, which can dry them out and change things. And that impedes the recharge, if you're familiar with that term, the recharge of the rainwater going down into the ground to your well. I mean, it takes decades for this to happen, but we've created a problem, and now we gotta fix it. And like I said, we have to find a way to figure out, are we gonna be putting down 20 trees or 30 trees, and how do we get them in the wetlands? That's what we need. And part of that is going to be, the way we're gonna do that is, it's a 2 or 3 step process, okay? The first is going to be an application. Are they familiar with that? Okay. You're gonna have to come up with an application for, to resolve this violation, right? Which is a problem to have on your property. You don't want a violation, you wanna have that taken care of. So that's the process we're gonna go through. So part of that is coming up with an application, and that application is going to include a piece of paper like this plan we were just looking at, the one, the GIS map we were just looking at. Which I can't
just-
find, because I got all
you
these.
just passed it.
Did I?
Yeah, but I think it may be just one, oh, there it is, one piece.
Yeah,
of
well,
white.
looking at the GIS map, I was kind of,
Yeah,
oh, here we go. It's going to include a plan like this, Mr. Labonda, that shows, there's a couple of things. First, this is just where these wetlands are and where this stream, do we have anything on this property? So the house is this predates zoning and
So the
wetlands?
house, I don't know exactly how old the house is. I have the field card in the back of that
Okay.
file. I don't know if that will help on.
So we have nothing.
We have nothing as far as wetlands files are concerned. There's nothing as far as buildings. I don't have a survey on this property. I know, I have nothing. That's the best I have.
Okay, all right, since we don't have anything from the previous property owner, we don't have a plan that shows where these wetlands are.
Unless they have a survey. Do you have a survey? Because sometimes they're not filed with the town.
Yeah, do you have a survey? Do you have, when you bought the property, did you get a big plan like
They
this,
didn't get
A2?
that.
Okay,
Yeah, they didn't, the realtor didn't give it,
okay.
give it to them.
I mean, the nice thing is, these wetlands are a nice asset, and it's a nice asset for you to have on this property. I mean, it's a very nice asset, and you're gonna get, you're along with all of us, because almost all of us have wetlands on our property. We now have the responsibility to make sure they do well and survive, right? I mean, that's a part of what we gotta do. So, I'm afraid what we gotta look at is, since we have nothing here, we're gonna have to get these wetlands surveyed. And what that means is, you're gonna have to hire a person that has a license in the state of Connecticut. They're a licensed soil scientist. A licensed soil scientist. And that person, once the weather gets a little better, is gonna come out to your property, and over the course of, I assume, an afternoonish, it's gonna dig some holes. And when he, or she, looks at the dirt, they're gonna be able to determine exactly where the wetlands are. Because wetlands in Connecticut is not defined by water. It's defined, it might not make any sense, but it's defined by the soil that's there.
Like the good
Yeah,
right?
there's wet soils and dry soils. And water doesn't have to be visible for the soils to look wet. So that's step number one. You're gonna have to hire a soil scientist. This, I can't speak for what it is. This is probably a day-ish job for them to come out and dig, and they will put in what they call, they'll mark the property with some wetlands flags. They'll put little pieces of plastic around. That is gonna tell you, and it's gonna tell us, and for the, at least for the next 20 years or so, where the wetlands are. Because that's gonna determine part of what your replanting plan is going to be. Because you're gonna end up, if you've taken trees out of the wetlands, we need to replace them. If you've taken some trees out of this little buffer area or upland review area, we'll use the same terms, you're going to be replacing them, okay? And the trees in non-wetland soils are a certain kind, and then there's also trees that like wetland soils, or that, I'll say they like wet feet. They don't mind being wet, and they can survive. And so you're gonna need different kinds of trees. So we're gonna have to know where the wetlands are, so you know the trees you're gonna have to put in and make sure they live. Okay? But, I think, I'm trying to think of the steps here. I mean, we need to, I don't know, we don't need to get an application right now, but we need to get you guys on the path to hire a and you wanna write this down, a Connecticut licensed soil, yeah, here.
Oh, thank you.
You're gonna,
Okay.
state of Connecticut,
Okay. So you said soil scientist,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and it's a license. And they're the people who are, and you can just do a lookup, you can just do a search on Connecticut soil
She can give us
scientist.
some too. She can give us some names.
I don't know if we wanna give names.
I can't recommend them
Can't
as a town
recommend.
employee.
Yeah,
Okay, I wouldn't recommend, I would just give them a bunch of names and let them choose.
let them choose,
Okay.
yeah, we
You
don't
just
wanna be
Google it, they all come
pushing the
out.
bottle around the courtyard here. So that's the first step you gotta do, all right? And again, he or she probably won't be able to do anything until late March or April if we get spring,
Correct, across the spring.
okay? So, I don't think I wanted to put an application in yet, cause the timing isn't right.
The one thing I would like to say
Yeah.
is just no more work.
Yeah,
No more work near the wetlands, that's why I sent the cease and desist.
right,
No fences, no gates, no construction, no more work.
right,
Okay, can you stop the total? There's no more work.
no more work, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is the fence is finished, no more fence.
Okay, yeah, I'm not terribly concerned about the fence unless it ends up in the wetland, but I'm not terribly worried about the fence.
I was more concerned about the tree clearing.
I'm more worried about
It's just blocking my view.
The next thing you can do for us is, you can either work something out with Laura to get her on the property and help you count the number of stumps that are there. Okay? So that you can do, you know, probably in the next 30 days. I would think is that, in the next 30 days, contact Laura, pick a day that works for you, works for her, there's no snow on the ground, or of course, you can get in this. And let's count the stumps and start to rough out what we had
Okay.
here.
Yeah, cause I definitely will have to walk the property for that. It was impossible to tell without being on the property.
Right,
So-
right. So we want that done within the next 30 days. Okay, so that's your first action item.
Okay.
Your second action item is to try and reach out and get it, and secure the services of a Connecticut soil scientist to do, it's called a wetlands soil mapping. And they'll know exactly what you're talking about. You just say, we need the wetland soils on, it's just one property, right, 11?
It's
So-
11 and 11A.
On 11 and 11A, so you
Yeah,
got
it's
two
a two
properties to
property,
do. 11 and 11A
Still,
mapped,
Yeah,
okay,
this is two properties. So
okay,
this is for now when you put a fence, the plan is for this the fence for this year and you put plants and maybe this is pine tree or different tree, this is the fence and you take it for a couple year and you take this fence and you only for the trees. For
Okay.
now when you put the fence.
all
yeah,
right,
For the lack of property.
okay, well,
Yeah.
for now, again,
Yeah.
as Laura said, nothing on this property, because you do have a big wetlands area here,
Correct, yeah.
okay, so just hold off on anything you're doing. So again, with the next 30 days, work with her, get her on the property, the three of you can go count stumps, rough that out, so we have some idea the size of the trees you took down,
Diameter.
the diameter, how big they were, you know, how the diameter of the trees.
Just
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, you took down some big ones, that's a problem, because that provides shade, okay? So we'll see you in 30 days or less. We are here again. Where are we?
26th February.
Yeah. We are here again on the 25th of March.
It's nice.
Okay. So by that day, we'd like to have you come back or let us know if you have an emergency, right? We'll work with you on that, but stay in contact with Laura and the land use.
I have March 11th as well, am I wrong?
Yeah, but I will give them a
Oh,
month.
okay,
Okay, because they
Sure.
might be able to get, a soil scientist out, you know,
by
if
the
it warms up.
25th, right.
Get somebody out and dig
Mhm.
for them. So so we wanna see you back here in a month with those two things done, okay?
We'll be getting a letter from me today. I have a hand copy, so in it, it actually says come back on the 11th, but now the commission has waived that to the 20.
Well, I don't know if it's within 2 weeks.
Well, it's because it's a cease and desist for a show cause.
Okay, do you wanna change what I just told them then? We can do that.
You can do it either way, I'm fine with that, as long as they also agree with it, but I just don't want to contradict the commission. It's just because I needed to get this out here.
All right, well, why don't we just, so you have a show cause on the 11th?
I have a show cause, but if there's no if you're not gonna fight the cease and desist, you understand that there's no work, we don't necessarily have to go forward with it, cause they're gonna come back on the
5th with work done.
Yes, with work done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wanna put words in your mouth, so I wanna make sure you guys are, we wanna make sure we clearly understand your perspective on this. You did cut down trees in the area where our GIS map shows we have wetlands and a water course. And you agree with that? I mean, that did happen. Yeah.
Dígale que yo estoy consciente que hemos cortado, pero sin saber, que no fue cortar sabiendo y solo fue que no sabía.
No, yeah, he agrees on that, he just
Okay.
didn't know it was that.
Okay, all right, good. So we have their agreement, so I don't think a show cause is warranted, unless you violently agree or disagree.
I don't think it's warranted, it's really only if you wanted to fight the cease and desist order. If you understand you can do no more work in the wetlands, you're working with the commission, you wanna push it to that day, that should be
I just
fine.
don't think with
It's
this.
not, they're not gonna get anything done, it was just to make sure
Yeah.
some,
No, I think, no, it's a good idea. No, it's a good idea. I just don't, I mean, it's just 2 weeks. still.
it's just 2 weeks.
I mean, it's just, right? I mean, it's just 2 weeks. I don't know.
Nothing will probably be able to be accomplished, I mean, I might be able to get out there before then.
We'll try and get her out as soon as I mean, call her tomorrow and get on her schedule and I get on your schedule. Let's get that part done. And, and then let's see where you're on with the soil scientist on the 25th. Okay? Then from there, once we understand where the wetlands are and we have an idea of the amount of tree cover that you took down, then we'll move to the next step, which is, let's fix it, let's remediate it. There's a remediation plan, and that will be an application. There'll be dollars associated with that. You gotta file fees to get an application in, and we're gonna get a plan, and that will eventually show which we will agree on, the number of trees that are gonna be replaced. Okay, but that's next phase. First phase is, let's see how many trees are taken down, and then let's get a soil scientist out so we really know where these wetlands are. So that's step 1. Step 2 then will take us to an application. Then the application, once we agree with it, then you can execute that. The violation is gonna stay in place until those trees get planted, okay? And there's probably gonna be a bond associated with those trees to assure that they survive. So there'll be a check that'll be put in escrow that the town will hold on to. So that's also part of the process, okay? So again, we appreciate you didn't know, you didn't know about the law. At least, I think we all are in agreement here. We're not trying to be, we understand that. We understand that you just didn't know. But now that doesn't take away from the fact we gotta take care of the wetlands and take care of what nature has given us to look after, okay? So questions for us? Okay, so 2 things. We'll see you here on the 25th of March, okay?
At the same time?
Okay? All right, guys, all right. So we don't need to make a motion here, right? Okay. Ay, ay, ay. No, well, we don't have an application, so no need to continue. All right, we do not have any old business, we have new business. We have 9 Cove Road. I hope we don't have any old business. Okay, so we're gonna get your file.
Soil scientist that you recommended, then can I?
What's that?
I have a soil scientist.
Yeah, go run and tell him, yeah, run and tell him.
Yes, then
9 Cove Road.
Small world.
She's a soil scientist? Mike,
Has one, yeah.
is that what she said?
She has a soil science, yeah, because they had to do
Oh.
their property, or the property she's
Oh, that's
working
a-
on.
Okay.
I think these are mine.
So let's, while we're waiting, so this just looks like a new
It's
house?
a brand new application,
This
it's
looks-
actually conduit, they are.
This looks pretty straightforward.
Mhm.
How come they had to get a soil scientist? Where's the conduit going? I guess she's gonna tell us.
Or
that.
maybe it's from a different project, she
Ah.
actually works on multiple.
New trench, in red, from the road to the house. Where's the wetlands? Oh, it's all Lake Winona. Okay, all right, we didn't start without you, but we kinda started without you. Name and address for Cassandra, please?
Mr. Mayor, I can spell for you if you want.
That'd be great.
Montpellier. My last name is Montpellier. And my address too, Abbott, EBET Drive, New Fairfield.
Okay, so we have, looks like an application here, and it looks like all the work is in the upland review area, right? You're not crossing any wetlands?
There's an intermittent stream, or a stream actually, this is the native stream, that runs on the side, and right here it's entering by the road.
Oh, yeah, here we see disturbed linear feet of water course, 224 feet. So, we didn't, I don't know why, normally there's like a chair up front here. So, help me, I see the conduit, where's the stream?
Yeah, the stream, it's over here.
Ah, okay. Oh, there you go, careful, it's pretty high.
Thanks, Chris. So the stream is over here.
So where does the stream come?
It's coming on the road.
It comes
That's
under the road?
reason why
Ah, okay.
it start here. It's coming on the road. And the transformer is here.
Okay.
And I need to dig one trench to connect that house. Because the existing one is 200 amperes, and now we need.
You know, everybody needs 400 now. Holy moly.
The conduit is not big enough.
Yeah.
to-
Accommodate that,
Yeah.
amperage, yeah. Get a bigger wire.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Okay, so,
That's the reason.
I mean, this is all within 400 feet of Lake Winona, I would guess, so we got upland review area, but I'm not too worried about that. I am worried, do you have to go under, how are you gonna go around the stream? You gotta go under it? What's going on with the stream right there?
In that point, you have like 36, 48 inches the soil, so it's enough to dig here and put a new conduit. It's dig enough. So, but yeah, the situation is like that. It's like a big pipe, concrete pipe under the road, and the stream across the road and the pipe. I believe Christine can explain better. She was there, and how they stream across the road here.
Well, that's the only question I have. I'm still not clear. Can you, what part, why do you have to disturb the stream because I forget what these things are called, the transformer? That's a little transformer right there?
Yeah.
So
The
that's,
stream it's here.
so the transformer is on this side of the stream and you need to get to the other side of the stream?
No, can I use
Yeah.
my pen? The stream, it's come under the road here.
Right, so
Yeah, but it's like 48 inches or more above the road. The existing conduit is already there, and you don't have another choice because the transformer is here. It's already here.
okay, but I'm still not understanding. You have to trench across the stream?
Yeah, but the stream it's above the road, and it's
The stream is
The
above,
stream is above the road?
the stream's above the road?
Can't be.
yeah.
Well,
have any-
well, maybe, yeah,
Okay.
maybe the road, whatever.
I don't-
I
don't have any picture to
Can
show
can you do this? Are you familiar, if I ask for like a, how can we do a profile here?
Isometric drawing.
Who?
Isometric drawing, 3D.
Yeah, let's do that.
Am I right?
A cross-section, yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, let's do it on the back here. If this, a cross-section,
that's the-
or a
that's
pro,
the-
yeah, cross-section.
The road is like here, and the transformer, it's here
Yeah.
on the side. And the stream across the road,
So the stream is under the road,
under the road,
okay?
and it's involved one.
It's in it's in a big pipe, obviously, it's right, it's a big pipe, okay?
Yeah, because it's under, across the road here. I don't know what kind of material involved the stream, but yeah. It's like one ridge, it's not one ridge, but it's one pipe. So it's safer too.
Okay, so, but it opens up, right? The stream, the pipe opens up onto the property, right? So the pipe opens up, and then the stream goes this way, right? How are you getting across the stream?
On the pipe, or underneath the pipe, how you getting?
Are you going
underneath
underneath the pipe? Are you trying to go over it?
No,
What do you,
it's that high.
It's above it already.
Yeah, the stream is like here, and the pipe is like here.
Which way does the,
It's above.
I am not getting it.
yeah,
I'm
which
sorry.
way does the pipe,
Is this the end of the pipe?
No, that's the beginning of the stream that's showing the plants here.
So the pipe that goes under Cove Road
Yeah.
doesn't, is all the way out to here? It's daylight's out here?
Yeah, I don't have that measure, and I
Can you
am-
do this for us? Because I'm, to make your, can you get us a picture of what this looks like? Can we get a picture?
Picture.
A picture? Do you have a picture of what it looks like? Because I'm just not understanding, how are you getting across the pipe, or how are you getting across the stream? You're gonna go under it? That's what I'm not understanding.
your trench for the wires has to go from the transformer to the house?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Now, where is the transformer here? Is it on, it's right
That's
there?
where-
This is the transformer?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
square.
And you're saying the pipe goes under Cove Road and doesn't end till here? This is all underneath?
Yeah, that's.
So you're gonna run
That's
the,
what I thought.
the wires above the stream?
Above the
Pipe.
pipe?
No,
Underneath.
it's
Under-
not, it's, yeah, above the pipe, it's not below, yeah.
The wires are
The
gonna be.
wire's gonna
above-
be above the pipe.
Yeah, the existing one is already there, it's like that.
Oh, the wires are already there?
The existing one, yeah.
The existing,
Yeah.
the existing, but that gets abandoned, and they're putting in a
No,
new.
it's not abandoned,
You
because
just-
the house is working, they have.
Well,
to
whatever.
put it
You're
here.
going to.
To add, you're gonna add, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the new conduit, right, the conduit that the wire is gonna run through goes over this pipe? Or through it, or underneath it?
It's in the same place, you have to replace the 2.5 inches for 3 inches pipe.
Okay,
That's the point.
okay, but I must not be saying this right. There's a stream, there's a pipe here. There's a pipe under the road.
Yeah.
The transformer is on this side of the pipe, and you gotta
I believe
get,
so, because the stream comes from the side of the road from that side, so, yeah,
So-
there is one pipe there.
so that's what is your conduit, your new conduit, gonna go over the pipe, through it, or underneath it?
It's over, it's like in a cross section, it's like here. The transformer is here, the stream is here, the pipe come here for one short long here.
Okay, so your new pipe,
Yeah, I need a new,
okay, so, I mean,
pipe
you're not
for
really,
the wires.
okay, so your conduit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So you're
dig it
not
up
really,
and
they're not really, there's no
Digging.
There's
right?
no disturbed linear feet of water course for 224 feet?
That's where I was a little confused as well when it came in, so I wanted a
What
little bit more of an
Did you,
explanation.
yeah, here's your application. Does it look familiar? This is what's got us very puzzled. Here's your application, or whoever did it. I don't know, maybe you didn't do it. It says there's 224 feet of disturbed water course.
That's is the long, around the long, the new conduit have to be until access the house here in that.
All right, well, that's
hall.
not what this says. This is saying you have a stream on this property which runs in this general area, and and what this application says that you are going to disturb
That's
224 feet of that stream.
No, that's
That's it.
Well, nevertheless, that's what it says. That's why we're puzzled.
Yeah, but it's because it's not clean for everybody when you fill out that form.
Well, that may be,
Sometimes-
so we gotta get that fixed,
Yes.
okay?
You can, I repeat the same,
I understand what you did, but it's not right. We gotta fix it. You can
Okay, I can fix
yeah,
it.
you can fix this, cause it doesn't sound like you're disturbing
Anything.
anything,
I agree.
right? So this is your homework,
okay.
okay? Your homework is to change this, because if you're telling us that your new conduit is going to go over an existing pipe, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be able, we're gonna approve this.
You're not gonna dig up the pipe.
You're
or
not
move
digging up the pipe, you're
correct?
not touching the
water.
stream,
No,
okay,
it's not gonna happen.
it's not gonna happen. We're gonna need silt fence, cause if you're trenching here, we're
Yeah,
going
I
to,
mark
yeah.
here green color,
Yeah.
green color for this.
cause this stuff down here, this is pretty steep, right? This is a pretty steep down to this hill,
No,
that's all,
it's not.
Oh, most of them are, most of them like,
No, it's not.
oh, that's good. Okay, so,
And how can I fix it? I have to submit another application?
no, I
That's
think
the
you can
point?
edit it.
I think we can edit it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you can edit it.
Okay.
So dig the trench, install the electrical conduit. The electrical conduit
3 inches.
and trenching will not disturb the existing culvert. It's a
Right.
culvert, right?
Is there gonna be trenching?
Yeah, they're gonna go, yeah, they're not gonna touch the culvert, they're gonna trench over the culvert, that's what I'm getting from
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah, that's.
Will not disturb the
that's exactly
existing
gonna happen.
culvert or watercourse. Okay. All right, so this is going to be this, I'm gonna make this change, I just wrote what I just said, right? You're gonna dig the trench and install the electrical conduit. The electrical conduit and the trenching will not disturb the existing culvert or the watercourse, right? Do me a favor, just initial that. That way we know you saw it. Okay. All right, so, your homework,
Fix that.
fix the application,
I will.
okay, because we read them, see?
Okay.
We read them, and we really want to understand what they are, so, yeah, we read them. So,
And I need to come back in another meeting for that.
I don't think you need to, because if you fix this, and we see that it's fixed in our next meeting, we'll vote on it. There's a Connecticut state law that says for new applications, there's a waiting period,
2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay?
So I should wait 2 weeks and for vote.
Fix it if you
Fix it.
can this week,
Uh-huh.
okay? We're here, whatever it is, March-ish or
11.
so. It'll be on the agenda as old business, it'll move from new business to old business, and we will act on it.
Okay.
And if everything that you are saying turns out to be exactly what you're doing, we're gonna,
Vote.
Don't
we're
see-
gonna
yeah.
approve it, so you don't have to be
Okay.
here.
But
Okay.
it doesn't hurt to be here.
It doesn't hurt to be
Does
here,
not hurt.
does not hurt,
It's a fun thing to do on a,
it's a
Yeah,
fun
any-
thing to do.
any
It's a very
questions?
fun thing to do, right. So we'd love to see you here, but again, if you have some
Okay.
pressing commitment, let us know, right, when you get it fixed, let us know, let the land use office know if you're gonna be here or not. It'll be on the agenda. I'm not seeing a problem, since you're not touching the water course, you're not disturbing that drainage culvert,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'll make a motion then to continue 9 Cove Road to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
easy?
God. 148 North Lake Shore.
Howdy.
All right, we haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while. Steve Sullivan from CCA
Okay,
Engineers.
what are we doing
So,
today?
new business for a tear down rebuild at 148 North Lake Shore Drive.
Didn't we do that? Oh, no, didn't we do this one? Is this the one with the pool, or we got another one?
No, this is a different one. No pool.
What's Steve doing?
Go, Steve, go ahead and start.
you
I'm
doing?
just gonna
I'm doing good.
verify.
Did you mean Russ?
What?
Did you mean Russ? How's Russ
Did
doing?
you get his name? Yes.
Did you mean how is Russ doing, or did you mean how?
Now, how are you
Oh, I'm
doing?
doing good. Thanks for asking.
Okay, so,
All right, so
So,
what we got?
so this was, there's an existing house on the property, driveway. Septic system is below the 440. They demolished, they pulled the demo permit and demolished the house. I don't know, how many months ago? A couple months ago.
In the summer, right? Early
the summer?
summer?
Yeah. So,
okay, before you get too
Yeah,
much
yeah.
further, guess what? Somebody has gotta update 148 North Lake Shore. It's got this,
the applicant did that.
okay, his homework, somebody's
Yes,
homework.
his
I need to
homework.
know disturbed wetland area, disturbed watercourse area, linear feet, yeah, I
All
need
the usual
zeros and
stuff.
stuff like that. That's probably what this is. I'm sure there's no wetlands on the
No,
property,
it's
right?
just a lake.
Yeah, so he's
Not
gotta,
just a lake, the lake.
he's gotta do that before we approve it, okay? Okay,
And so they're looking to rebuild, and behind the existing house, there's this terrace area here.
uh-huh,
So they're gonna keep that terrace, which is right in here.
yeah,
Okay, that's all existing terrace. They're gonna get rid of this terrace, and this will just be a covered deck, with a walkout. And then here would be the new driveway, the new house. We're
tell
putting
us about stormwater,
Stormwater, we're taking all the roof leaders and putting it into these underground galleries.
okay,
And then the septic system will be pumped up to here.
okay, what
And
about
there's
the,
nothing proposed below the 440,
okay, what about the overflow on the galleries, what,
right here into a stone splash pad.
okay?
And you said the
So
existing.
what are you guys sizing rainfall at for these days, since
Well,
we're
so-
getting
so-
4 inches every 5 hours?
So typically when you're on the lake,
Yeah,
you just do 1 inch of, you get to take the water quality storm.
okay, yeah,
Because there's no reason to
Right.
detain on a large lake. There's
right,
no
right,
reason.
right.
So you take the water quality storm.
So I'm more interested, do you think that's sized correctly? I mean, what kind of?
Yeah, because most of this, majority of the time, there's nothing gonna come out of this overflow.
Well, even in like, when we get like that last rain,
Well, you
4
get- yeah,
inches,
yeah.
what about 4 inches in 5 hours, Steve?
Right,
Is it
right.
gonna come out?
So yeah, then it would come out and we have that splash pad to dissipate the energy coming out of that pipe, out of that gallery system.
So it's splash pad of riprap?
Yeah, it's actually,
You have room for a
3 inch.
swale and not riprap, because that's a nuisance to maintain, right? Gets grassy and it's hard to deal with.
it's it's 3 inch stone, splash pad there.
So just update this application
Oh, yeah,
somehow to
yeah.
say that, you know, help me out here, because this is reality, right? That splash pad is sized, should be, think about it, but
Yeah, yeah.
something along the lines of, that splash pad size is good enough, right? For
Right.
like a 4-inch rain in 5 hours.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanna do some more
Right, 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 right.
engineering
yeah.
stuff that's good for your license,
Yep.
I'm happy with that, but
Okay, Yep.
that's,
Yep.
that's my only concern on this thing,
okay.
Yeah, I agree.
right?
Now, you said something about septic, but existing is
There's an existing tank there
Here,
for the old
okay.
house. The fields are down here.
All right, and they're gonna
So
be
the tank's
abandoned?
gonna be gone, the existing tank, we're putting a new tank in,
Okay,
and we're pumping up to the field.
okay, and these fields will be
They'll
abandoned?
just be left in place,
Yeah.
they'll be just stone.
Cause what do we got here? This is what is this,
That's
458? What is this?
That's 438,
Oh, 438.
440.
Yeah, 440, of course, duh. What is this, like from
So
here?
that's the existing terrace.
Okay, so,
That's at 447.2.
okay, so 440, 438, so it's actually not, it's not too steep
No,
there.
it's not actually,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. All right. I think this is gonna be good. Like I said, homework number one, get that
Yeah,
somebody to
I'll
update that, get the
update that.
numbers in. I
Yep.
think they're all zeros. And then, again, use your best engineering
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Because that's what we're seeing,
Yeah,
Steve, right?
okay.
4 inches in 5 hours.
Mm.
Yep.
And that's sized correctly for
Okay.
that. So if
Yep.
you wanna alter that
Yep.
for some better
Yeah.
standard, but that's the path, write that on the plan.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be
I'll just
okay.
update this plan and submit
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah, with some little note.
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't
do
know,
a
you
call
gotta
out. I'll do a call out.
do a call out, right?
All signed off on that yet either, just so.
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
so, just as a.
All right?
Yep.
Okey-doke.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, I'll make a motion then we continue 148 North Lake Shore Drive to our next regularly scheduled meeting with the understanding the applicant will update the application with the correct figures for disturbed upland review area and water courses, and also that the plan will be noted to, with specifics about the sizing for the splash pad for the overflow for the detention basins.
Second that.
Bob seconds that. All those, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Oak
You
Meadows.
feel lonesome?
So that would be the last one.
Yeah, well, we probably did it alphabetically, so.
Welcome.
Hi, Jennifer Kearns, Kearns.
All right, let's take, you have Kearns? Okay, let's take a look at this application here. Nope. Okay, so you got 48 acres, total wetlands 7, I remember this one, disturbed wetland area 5 square feet. Okay, what are we doing here? Is this there's a crossing in this, right?
Yeah, we have, trying to think where I am here.
Now you see our problem.
I know, my eyes are a little funky now. We have, I'm trying to think here, where is the entrance?
Is this your map, or do you wanna, is there another map we should be looking at?
Another map in there, that they have the trees that were marked.
I don't know what that is. That was the application I was just reading.
So we have a tree that's rotted,
Uh-huh,
and it's a big tree, and it's leaning onto a small tree.
okay,
And your word is gonna come
Yeah.
down.
It's gonna come down on our clubhouse. It's holding, is this the one?
I don't know.
Okay. Yes, so it's holding on to, no, this doesn't look like my tree. I don't even know this
Tree that you sent.
fence. I don't even know this fence.
All right, well,
Who did those pictures?
It might have
she
been our-
doesn't know.
It could have been our president, maybe?
And that's all this is to take a tree down?
Yeah,
It's
it's,
multiple trees.
it is, I'm not sure about how many in the wetlands. Did he put all of them?
He put all of
Okay.
them on
Okay.
the application. I know that there was one definitely, I think it was 10 or, is it building 10, or unit 10 or 11?
10.
10, that's 100% within the wetlands. And then there were a few other ones that were in the upland review area.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was one that I think we're really concerned with is the one that's in the wetlands.
Correct.
And that one is actually, it's a big tree and half of it is dead and off of it.
Uh-huh,
And the other half is leaning onto a small tree.
okay.
I might even have a picture.
That could
Because
come
here-
down
well-
on our,
Okay,
That
well,
can come down on our clubhouse, and I don't think he wants to fully remove it. I think he wants to just get the dead weight off of it. But it was in the wetlands, so he wanted to make sure everything was
well,
okay with it.
he knows that. He knows, cause I'm sure he's licensed here. It's not only in the wetlands, it's in the upland review area, so it's an area 75 feet of the wetlands, taking
Okay.
down trees. So I see here, purpose and description, reviewed all the trees. Some are in need of pruning or must be removed.
Mhm.
Okay, so We don't want trees falling on buildings, that's no good
Right.
for anybody, so,
Exactly.
yeah. Well, here's what you're gonna have to do for
Okay.
us, okay? We're gonna have to update this proposed description area on this, again, if your president did or something.
Yeah.
Here's what we need to know. About how many trees are you taking down in the wetlands, and how many trees are you taking down in the upland review area?
Did he, is there a map though? I thought this person, that did her, I thought we provided, is this the map only?
I think Christine made a rough map and sent it back to her contact of,
It might have been Rich.
okay, of a rough, I think it was Rich, of
It
a
was
rough
our
idea
president, yeah.
of where the trees were, but that was made, you know, off of our guesswork, not necessarily.
We need to know, all we need to do is document what you're going to do. That's what we need.
Well, we have, does this help or no?
No,
I think, remove large leaning.
okay, well, this,
Okay, this is it, then you were right, this was 10?
I don't know if, because I don't know if this is what you know, what you're gonna pay him to do. What I need to know is, what I need to have is on this application, where you've got this stuff. All we need to know is, we wanna remove X number of trees in the wetlands, and we wanna remove Y number of trees in the upland review area. Now, whether that's this, or more, or less, I don't know.
Yeah, this is the one we're really worried about right this second.
Oh, well, if you're really worried about it, I mean, where
It's an
is it?
emergency.
Yeah, we want you to take care of it.
Yeah.
Where is it on this map? Can you,
I've never seen a map like this at my association. Alright, so this must be, this is Oak Branch, okay, so there's, Oak Branch, it's across from Oak Branch.
Do you live in this complex?
No, I manage it.
Oh, you manage it, okay.
Yes, but I've only been there since May.
Oh, okay. Figured you just said
okay,
you
so
knew.
here's what we need to know. Is the tree, let me help you out here. Because if it's gonna come down, then we want you to show us where it is. We need to know, is it in the wetlands? Okay?
It is because we have like a post here.
Okay,
We have a post here, and that's where I guess starts the wetlands, and I wanna think it's over here.
do you, yeah, well, now we're interested in how is the tree coming out. If he can just climb it and take the important parts down, drop them in the upland review area, and chip them and take the chips away, cause we don't want the chips
In the wetlands.
in well, from one standpoint, one tree, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
then the big picture, have the chips go away. That's fine,
Okay.
okay, but we need something that documents what you're
More
doing.
specific, when you say
Yeah,
specific.
you know, something, if you know, and even if it's just an emergency, just call her, tell her it's in the wetlands. The guy's gonna how's he gonna take it down? Cause here's what I don't want him driving through the wetlands, you know, I don't want.
No, you can't get down there anyway.
Well,
with
whatever,
the-
I don't know I know it less than you do. I don't want anybody driving in the wetlands, I don't wanna hear about chippers in the wetlands, I wanna hear about chippers far away, because chippers are full of hydraulic oil, and every chipper that I've ever met leaks, and we don't want hydraulic oil in the wetlands. So if you can get an email over to Laura, who's gonna give you her card,
Okay.
and say, look, we've got an emergency situation, we need this tree down, it's in the wetlands, the work will be done by hand. The branches taken out will be removed off-site. The chipper will be at least 50 feet from the wetlands. It doesn't look like the biggest tree of all time, they should be able to
I
haul
don't
what
even
they
think
gotta
that's
haul.
the tree.
Well, whatever. She'll be able to give you the agreement,
Okay.
okay, for an emergency removal of the tree. but
'Cause
Just
I
that
was
one
out
tree,
there
by
and
the
I
way.
couldn't find.
just the one.
Just that
The
one
one
that's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have two on our property, and I don't think the other one is in wetlands.
Okay, but if it's in 75 feet of the wetlands, we also, that's
Okay.
state of Connecticut,
All right,
okay.
I don't think it is either.
Okay.
It's like way in the back.
Is that in
Oh,
danger
they were
also
doing like a
falling on?
lemon
Yeah, that one's gonna, if that one is all rotted, and if it falls, it's gonna hit like 3 units.
Okay, well, that's, so you're gonna include that
Yeah.
too.
Include that one
Okay.
too, okay? And
Right.
she, you know,
We're only taking down like things that need to be done.
Okay.
You know,
But if
there's
it's-
danger.
If it's not in the wetlands or the review area, then just do
What are you
it.
talking about, like review area? I'm sorry. I missed
75 feet
that. Okay,
from
75
the
feet.
wetlands.
From
Is
the
the
wetland.
review area?
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
called upland review area.
Right.
upland review area.
So get that email to Laura again.
Okay.
We don't want property damage.
Yeah.
So that is your first to-do,
Okay,
okay?
there's two.
There's more, yep. The second to-do is to update this application. And I don't know, you should be able to find, or the wetlands, or the land use office can point you to that. Take take these words out, of
Okay.
whatever this is, because that's not specific enough.
Okay.
That's what is causing all these questions.
Right.
And replace it with language, an emergency removal of 2 trees,
Okay.
okay? Or it sounds like an emergency removal.
Yeah.
And then, further work is, whatever the further work is.
Mhm.
You wanna take down 3 trees, 4 trees, 5 trees, X trees, tell us, follow on to remove
X number of trees.
X number of trees. X prime is in the wetland, X double prime is in the upland review area.
Okay, and then indicate where they're located.
Yeah, see if you can figure this map out, okay? Or something like that. Or,
So we have one tree, one of the trees I was telling you about is up here.
okay,
So it's behind these units and it's
Alright.
up on a hill. So that's up here. And then across from here, this map is weird because across from here is the clubhouse, right here.
yeah,
And this tree is right here.
so do yourself a favor, because this was a big project that was reviewed with wetlands when this was done. It was done before my time.
It should never have been done. So many problems over there.
You're preaching to the
Yeah,
choir.
we get a lot of water in basement. Oh, it's just a mess.
No.
Stone walls.
Real?
Really?
Really?
When was it built?
And I'm telling you,
What year?
it's only 10, 11 years old.
Really?
First
Oak
phase,
Meadows?
I think the first phase ended
Right,
about
but
10
it was-
years ago.
It was approved just before I joined the commission, and it took forever. It's full of wetlands, there's
Mhm.
water all over the place, there's
We have
2 or 3
stone
crossings.
walls that are like massive that are coming, it's just,
And
it's crazy.
I cannot tell you how many times we warn people,
Yeah.
but they say, well,
Yeah,
it was just, they did it just before I joined. It was very.
and they did all the decks wrong. It's a mess.
So, the good news for you is,
Okay.
there's a plan,
Yep,
big, huge plan
okay.
for this entire project. The file is probably that thick. Okay?
Oh, yes.
You get paid by the hour, right?
Yeah, so stop
I'm
by,
getting overtime right now.
there you
Yeah.
go, so stop by the wetlands, the land use office, which is
There's
over
some-
there.
There's, you were mentioned the deck replacement. I think they have a copy of the full plan.
Yeah,
Who's doing the deck replacement?
yeah, we're doing,
Because they're doing deck repairs.
yeah, we had to do deck repairs.
Well, I
Um,
don't know, 15, 20 years, that's probably all you're gonna get on a deck.
Well, it was,
But-
they didn't put them up right. They
Oh.
cut them down by 2x2s instead of the 4x4s
Mm.
on the
2 by
tops
2s?
where the railings are.
Oh, no.
So people were actually feeling their decks
Sway.
sway.
They weren't drinking, were they?
No, it's a problem through the whole community. All right, so
Amy
go
chuckle.
to the land office.
Two things,
Okay,
get an email together
yeah,
to Laura,
okay,
saying, I have 2 trees that are threatening property, and we wanna take them down. One is located in the wetlands and, an approximate, I don't know if there's an address or whatever, I don't know if you need that.
Yeah, I think
you tell her what,
Yeah, you can even call
It
me,
could
I'll
be
go
the-
out there too.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know, if you
Make
can,
it-
that would be great. I'm
Yeah.
right across the street. I can meet you.
If you could show
Um,
me, cause I know I went out there, then I asked for a picture of the one near number 10, and if you're saying that's not the picture of the right tree.
I don't think
Then I'm a
there
little-
is, we do have another one
Mhm.
that is near, Unit 10, Oak Meadows.
Mhm.
It's on the left side, and that might be it, but that's not, that one it looks like an elephant foot. And that one is, it might be near the wetlands too, but maybe you can come over and you can kinda guide me around a little bit,
That's
since
fine.
I'm new to the
Yeah.
property.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oak Meadows is off Silvermine?
It's right across the street from,
it's across the street and down south.
yeah, it's right across from JJ Sachs was.
Yeah, yeah, go north
little
from the
restaurant.
cemetery, about 2 lots, 2 or
Yeah.
3 lots.
On Silvermine?
No, Federal.
Oh,
Federal
Federal.
Road,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's across from here, yeah,
Mhm.
it's hidden.
It's tucked in.
It's by
Yeah.
the Win Ear
It's
building.
Okay.
full of
Mhm.
water courses, oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's a pain. I would never wanna live there.
Okay, so
No,
that's
okay.
step number 1. Step
Okay.
number 1 is to get those 2 threatening trees, or 1, or however
Yeah.
many that is, down. And then step number 2, update the application,
Okay,
go to the land use office, because they have all sorts of great maps.
okay, so
And
they
they-
can print one out for me and,
Well,
or,
yeah,
and
and
then
then
I
you
can
we can
keep it.
write on that map,
okay,
here's where the 2 emergency trees were, X marks the spot with a
Okay.
little highlighter, and here's what else we want to do,
okay,
okay? Because you don't have approval at this second
right,
to
right,
take anything down,
okay,
but you're on the track
okay.
to get approvals
Yeah, I
to
know,
take
he's a
things down.
stickler for following protocol, so.
Well, he
which
needs
is
to,
good.
otherwise you're gonna have this.
No, I know,
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
very good. He's a good president, I do have to say that.
Yeah, and it, yeah, so, but a lot of people don't know. So,
Yeah.
you're on the right trail, you don't have
Okay.
approval, talk to Laura, get the 2 or 1 or whatever down, and then update this plan, get a map, let's see what else you guys want to do. Okay, so Laura can handle the emergencies, and we will handle the longer, bigger issues.
Okay,
Sound good?
that sounds good to me,
All right.
thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I'm tired, you do it. You do it, I'm
Okay,
talked enough.
You gotta join your meeting, I gotta do that Wednesday.
Do what? Oh, is this
My
your?
board meeting.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Not mine.
Oh, it's not
It's
mine.
mine, it's mine.
Oh,
Just give me a
Okay.
call.
All right, cool, then you can just be.
All right, I'll make a motion then to continue,
I don't know anything.
what is that?
Not a
Okay.
problem.
All right,
Oh,
thanks.
it's-
Yeah,
So,
Oak
Oak-
Meadow subdivision,
mhm.
tree removal to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
I'll second that.
Bob seconds that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any opposed, motion carries unanimous. I know, I have to tell you this, I know you guys are under an enormous amount of stress and strain, and things happen, you know, it's quiet for a while, and I know people are pushing for these applications, but it's time consuming for everybody, them included, if applications aren't complete. You know, I don't want to say, you know, look, it's not complete, or, you know, we need a map or something. I don't know what else to do, but you can see we spent a lot of time with 6 people, 5, I guess.
Mhm.
So anything you can do, right, and to help Christine sort of get these things right.
Mhm.
I mean, I know the online stuff is a little trickier, but like I said, it can't be fun for them, you know, for our neighbors to wait either. Okey dokey. What's next? Correspondence, pesticides and state waters. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, previous,
Just an FYI, the pesticides and state waters, that's the new format, they do the,
okay.
it's a
All,
state format.
alrighty, okay, I have just a couple of things. On, for 4, if we can just add a sentence here, and I'm gonna give you a sentence,
What one?
Cassandra, under a line, it's line 77, just add to that. Cause it, and the background is, all 3 of us, and I think Dave as well, said, we don't know whether this is gonna work or not. And so we don't want you to construe, I don't think I used that word, but something along the lines, that this is going to work, because we don't know. So I think I would just like to add a sentence that said, Chairman Fox stated the commission approval should not be construed as the commission's agreement that the effort/result will be a success. Again, the commission has no way to verify the effectiveness of the plan. I wrote it in my most messy handwriting, which I'm sure you can make it better. And the other one is on 101. I mean, the the way we should do it is every single motion should include the reasons that we are approving it, and it should be no significant impact on wetlands. The reality is, I get lax, on the ones that are being approved, and I don't always say that, but I do, and you will hear me, try and get that into the conversation someplace. Here's why. And you do a really good job of picking up on that. When we deny something, we can't be lax. We have to say why. And here, I think the tape, around line 101, the tape will be very clear that I said because it's missing data about who flagged the wetlands and when they were flagged. And that needs to be in that motion. Now, I'm assuming it's already gone out.
Well, everything, motions are out within 48 hours, so.
Right. So I don't feel like I can adjust the motion that's written here on 101. I don't think.
You can do a correction in your minutes, so it will reflect that it's changed in the minutes thereafter.
Say that again?
So all minutes correction, we don't actually go back and edit the minutes.
Right.
It just reflects the change in the one after. You can do a correction in stating, as far as the motion, yes, you're correct. The motion went out for the denial
Right.
letter. Unless I have it in front of me, I don't know exactly what the letter said.
Okay. So that's just something,
Going forward.
you gotta help, if I don't do it, you gotta help me remember, and and when you're writing them, if it's missing, call somebody. Okay? Call Christine and she can find me, and, because I said it has to be in there. It can't be
Can be vague.
slack. No, we have to be precise. Yeah.
Specific.
Yeah, so maybe we can say, look, so I'll make, that the update the minutes, right, so that the discussion included that the existing, the proposed plan did not include specifics about the wetlands flagging, who flagged them, and the year they were flagged, and that is the reason for the denial, okay? And then if you wanna update I don't know, you talk to her about updating the motion, because that's what I would add to the motion. Specifically, lack of information, specifically that the name of the agent, the date and the name of the agent who delineated the wetlands is missing.
So basically, the sentence should have been longer, lack of information about,
Yeah,
and list the three
Right.
things that we wanted to know.
right.
Instead of just lack of information.
Yeah, it has to be, it needs to be specific, because if they want to complain, they need something to complain against. Okay, and I'm pretty sure the record will show that in the motion, but if it didn't,
Well, the record's also, everything is recorded.
Right.
So they
Okay.
can't go entirely off of minutes, or even off of motions.
Okay.
They have to,
All
they
right.
have a recording.
okay, so that's, everybody's gotta help me. So here's my two messy things. So other than those two things, I would motion that we approve the minutes from January 22nd.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
No,
Oh.
No,
Bob is gonna
approve.
second.
Second, I'm
Bob's gonna
sorry.
second that. All those in favor of approving the minutes with the
Aye.
two amendments?
Oh,
Aye,
okay,
motion
yeah.
carries unanimous. Any informal discussion? Now,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that.
Michael seconds that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries unanimous. We are adjourned.